Hey guys, what's going on? So today we are installing RNG classic sliders on my Z900RS. So I bought these a couple days ago. They finally just showed up and I figured I would do a simple how to install them on these bikes. So mine's a 2021. Basically what you take out the one bolt that is in here, which is a motor mount. So you're going to want to also obviously keep, only do one set at a time, because if you take both sides out, it's going to mess with the motor mount and you might drop them, the motor might pivot a little bit. So I'm going to install these. These are RNG ones. They were $100. I bought them on eBay. These ones specifically, these I believe come from somewhere in Europe, if I'm not mistaken. But these guys make really high quality parts. They're kind of similar to Evotech. I have the Evotech tail tidy kit, and I'm gonna put these on. I wanted to get the Evotech ones, but I couldn't find them anywhere, and I figured they're pretty much identically the same product. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them on and show you guys the process. Alright, so this is the first bolt you're going to have to remove, is this one. I am using a 14mm impact socket. It is coming out. This is very tight from the factory, so if you do want to, you could use an impact, an actual air impact or electric impact to remove this. I did find I had to put some force into it with this ratchet, so it is coming out slowly but surely. It is coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out, and then I'm going to get everything set up to put the left slider in. Alright, so this is going to be on the left side of the bike. The two sides are different, so make sure that you have the correct ones. The piece for the left side, let me take this off real quick, but it has like a little plastic washer on there with a basically just a spacer there. So it has a spacer with a gasket. What you're going to do is this is going to go on the left hand side of the bike. So I'm going to go ahead and start threading it in to this hole, and this is where we just removed our OEM bolt from. Alright, now I do want to notate that the bolt that is with the RNG kit is actually a 17 mil. The OEM one is a 14. The 14 does not fit with that, so it is a 17. Now the one thing I will say is I've read on the forums is these bolts are fairly easy to cross thread when you're putting them back in. So just make sure that when you are tightening these, before you actually start cranking it down, you have it straight in there and not cross threaded. So I'm just going to finish tightening these down, and I'll show you guys what this side looks like when we're done. Alright, so it's tightened down. I got it pretty tight. I think that's going to be good. These do not spin once you have it tightened down. Once you get too tight or pretty tight, this will start spinning. So you're going to want to hold on to this as much grip as you can with your hand to keep it from spinning. If you want to keep these logos pretty much parallel, which looks nice. So yeah, that looks pretty good. I've never seen these on this specific bike, so that's kind of one thing I wasn't 100% sure on. I don't think they look bad. Doesn't look necessarily the best, but if it will help me in a crash, hopefully I never have to use them. But then again, it's nice to have these to where, it'll protect these radiators. Because these radiators and side Ks, there's just the radiators about $600 for these bikes. So it's nice to have that just added comfort of protecting your bike, and for some reason you do go down. So that looks pretty good. I'm gonna move on to the next side. And just so you guys know, now that we've moved to the right side, the left side has the same thing. You just have this little dust cover. All you gotta do is get your fingernail under there and it pops right off. It's just a little kind of clip assembly. Comes out really easily. And again, for the right side, 14mm to remove the OEM bolt. So I'm going to remove this, and we'll start installing the slider kit on the right side. There's your OEM bolt that came out of there. So let's walk over here to the workbench, and I will show you guys how we're installing this. So if you're looking at the RNG instructions, this is the left side of the bike. You can see on the left side you have that little plastic washer and then a metal washer, and then you have this assembly here that goes into the actual part where you took the OEM bolt out. So for the right side we have our actual, oh, there goes the screw. So we have the actual slider itself, and then as you can see, how this is going to work is we are going to drop this long bolt out. This bolt's going to go like that. It's going to go through this assembly, and then we have our assembled component. So you have the slider with the washer on the beginning of that bolt there. You have the post, and then you have your OEM or the long bolt. So let's go ahead and start threading it into the right side. Alright, again, remember the side, the aftermarket screw for the RG kit is 17 mils. So you can see we're getting this nice and tight in here. You can see that slider piece does actually spin when it catches sometimes. So, but once I actually get to the point where it's pretty tight, I'm going to attach my my wrench, and we'll actually get it torqued, down. All right, so we're done. Easy, 15 minutes. Pretty simple. If you have some basic tools, you will need a 14mm socket, 17mm socket, and just some sweat because I am dying currently. So they look pretty good. It's definitely a change that I'm not 100% sure on yet, but they do look really nice. The quality on them is very nice. They're nice CNC'd. The one thing I have noticed is maybe normal. This one spins a little bit. If you try, you can actually spin it. I have it tightened down as much as I possibly can. And I mean, they are not moving. This one does not spin. So I don't know. I guess it does a little bit. So, but they look nice. I did get these because I've been keeping the bike on the rear stand. And these rear stands, they kind of sketch me out a little bit. And if it ever falls off the rear stand, it's nice to have something on the side of the bike to protect it, so it doesn't smash against the side covers or the radiator. So hopefully, if that ever happens, which hopefully never does, I have some protection there. But that's going to wrap up my video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comment box. Thank you. Please subscribe.